Imagine this. You're sitting on a park bench, watching the world go by, your stomach growling, your belongings stuffed into a worn-out backpack. The future feels uncertain, maybe even hopeless. But what if I told you that some of the most successful CEOs and entrepreneurs in the world once stood exactly where you are right now? Today, we're diving into the remarkable stories of people who went from homeless to CEO, real-life examples of resilience, determination, and unconventional success. So grab a notebook, get comfortable, and let's get inspired. Let's start with Jason. Jason was just 21 years old when he found himself without a home. Family problems, a series of bad breaks, and a lack of support left him sleeping on friends' couches and sometimes on the streets. But Jason had a secret weapon, his fascination with technology. He spent his days in libraries teaching himself to code for free. Nights were spent wherever he could find shelter, but every morning he'd be back at the computer, learning, building, and dreaming of a better future. One day, Jason decided to build a simple app, a tool to help small businesses manage their inventory. He worked on it for months, tweaking and improving it in his spare time. When he finally launched it, the response was overwhelming. Small business owners loved it, and soon investors took notice. Jason's life changed almost overnight. He went from sleeping rough to running his own tech company. Today, he's the CEO of a multi-million-dollar startup, and he uses his story to inspire others who are facing tough times. Jason's journey shows us that no matter how bleak things seem, persistence and a willingness to learn can open doors you never thought possible. Now, let's talk about Maria. Maria's story begins in a foreign country, where she arrived with little more than hope and a dream. She couldn't find work at first, so she started selling homemade tamales on the street. It was hard. Long hours, unpredictable weather, and barely enough money to survive. But Maria loved cooking, and she poured her heart into every batch she made. She'd wake up before sunrise, prepare the ingredients, and set up her cart in a busy market. One afternoon, a food blogger stopped by Maria's cart and tried her tamales. The blogger loved them so much that she wrote a glowing review online. Suddenly, Maria's little business was flooded with customers. She moved from a street cart to a small restaurant, then to a chain of restaurants. Today, Maria is a well-known name in the food industry, and she credits her success to her passion, her hard work, and her belief in herself. Maria's story reminds us that authenticity and dedication can turn even the humblest beginnings into something extraordinary. Our next story is about David. David's life took a dark turn when he became addicted to drugs. His addiction led him to lose his job, his home, and almost his life. He found himself living on the streets, struggling to survive. But one day, David reached out for help. He checked into a rehab center, and with the support of counselors and fellow recovering addicts, he began to rebuild his life. After getting clean, David wanted to help others who were facing the same struggles. He started a small business helping people in recovery find jobs. The business grew quickly, and soon David was running a social enterprise that employed dozens of people and provided training and support for those rebuilding their lives. Today, David is a respected CEO, and his company is making a real difference in his community. David's journey from addiction to CEO is a powerful reminder that it's never too late to turn your life around. So what do Jason, Maria, and David have in common? They all faced incredible adversity, but they refused to give up. They took unconventional paths, used their unique skills and passions, and turned their struggles into strengths. They also had the courage to ask for help and to keep learning no matter what. Their stories show us that success isn't just about talent or luck. It's about resilience, determination, and a willingness to keep going, even when the odds are stacked against you. Now, let's take a closer look at the lessons we can learn from these incredible journeys. First, resilience matters. No matter how tough things get, keep pushing forward. Every challenge is an opportunity to grow and learn. Second, leverage your strengths. Use what you're good at, even if it's not traditional or glamorous. Jason used his love of technology, Maria used her passion for cooking, and David used his empathy and understanding. Third, build a support network. Don't be afraid to ask for help or to help others. Success is rarely a solo journey. It's built on the support and encouragement of others. Let's add one more story to our collection, this time about a woman named Sarah. Sarah grew up in foster care, moving from home to home, never feeling like she belonged. When she aged out of the system, she found herself homeless, with no family and no support. But Sarah had always loved art. She'd sketch on scraps of paper, drawing inspiration from the world around her. One day, she decided to sell her artwork on the street. People loved her unique style, and soon she had a small following. Sarah used the money she made from her art to rent a tiny studio where she could work and live. She started selling her work online, and before long, she was getting commissions from all over the world. Today, Sarah runs her own art studio and gallery, and she mentors young artists who are facing tough times. Sarah's story shows us that creativity and courage can open doors, even when the path ahead seems impossible. As we wrap up, let's remember that your current situation doesn't define your future. Every day is a new opportunity to rewrite your story. If you're facing tough times, take inspiration from Jason, Maria, David, and Sarah. Remember that resilience, passion, and a willingness to learn can take you further than you ever imagined. And if you found these stories inspiring, hit that like button, subscribe for more, and share this video with someone who needs a little hope today. Thank you for watching, and remember, unconventional journeys often lead to extraordinary destinations. Keep dreaming, keep pushing forward, and never give up on yourself. Until next time, stay inspired and keep writing your own success story.